And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here inside the home of the Vanguards here in Emilio Aguinaldo College in Dasmariñas City in Cavite. This is the first game of our quintuple header of the 31st season of NCRAA basketball. It is the best-in college of the Philippines, Lady Calasags, going up against the home team, Emilio Aguinaldo College Lady Vanguards. Justine Hernandez, kasama pa rin po si Coach Daryl Alolod. Coach Daryl, these two teams is basically fighting for positions now heading in to the playoffs. One team is on the losing side at 1-3 in the standings, and the other is on the winning side with 3-1 in the standings.
Yes, first of all, good morning. Just saying it's a wonderful morning to watch this magnificent women's basketball for the NCRAA 31st season. And you are correct, it's 3-1 record, 3 wins for the BCP Calasag. They are having a good run this 31st season of the NCRAA. And we know that this team is a contender here dito sa 31st season. Malaking chance nila that they will be in a top 4 for this season of the NCRAA. Syempre, nagbabank sila on their duo of Grace Roca and Trisha Bitoy. This duo that they have plays pretty big for their team. 14 points each for these two ladies for the Best Link College. And we know, dito sila magbabank on their offensive side. On the other end, for the Eac Cavite Lady Vanguards, syempre, yung duo naman itong si Arlene Palat and Shikaina Paraiso. The two guards that is carrying the anchor in the offensive end for the Lady Vanguards. Ang tanong dito, sino ba dun sa duo na yon yung mag-step up to get the W for this morning?
You know, Coach Daryl, last time it was both of them who popped up alongside. Yeah, but as we said here, who will be the heroes for both teams? As Shakina Paraiso misses that layup in transition. Here comes the Lady Calasags looking for an opening. That was Trisha Bitoy with the basketball. Gives it to Lontok. Back-to-back baskets right there for Alexis Lontok.
Alexis Lontok, you know, sees an opening on that shoulder three-point shot and he takes it without any guts.
5-0 start here for the Lady Calasags. Irisarian side. Too strong off the bounce on the board. Passes to nobody. Here comes the transition ball game. And it seems like an offensive foul has been whistled against Trisha Bitoy in that play.
On that offensive foul that committed by Trisha Bitoy, it's evident that she lowered down her shoulder to create a separation. Kaya natawagan tuloy ng offensive foul itong si Bitoy.
And a quick swap here for the Lady Vanguards. Pascua has checked into this ball game. Paraiso swings it to Irese. Now to Paraiso. Bad pass right there. Can they recover? And that's a turnover as Eresari won't be able to recover that basketball.
As early as now, I want to say that that defense of Bestling College, Lady Calasag, is a good one. It's a 1-2-2 defense, and you'll do that if you know that your opponent doesn't have a reliable big. So that will be an effective defense to plant against your opponent. That is a guard-heavy team.
Stolen away. Drop pass by Eresari. Paraiso misses. That wide open layup. And as we see here, Coach Daryl, this is the same start Paraiso had when we last saw her. It was a really cold start for Paraiso, and then she stepped up in the last part of that ball game. Lontok passes it inside, finds a wide open teammate, fadeaway jumper, no good. Offensive rebound and the cleanup.
You see the offensive rebounding of the BCP Lady Calasag in that position. Tatlong Lady Calasag yung nasa paint. Gang rebound yung ginagawa nitong koponan na to.
And now the captain Arlene Palad looking for an opening. Eresari wasn't looking that time around. No communication on that play. Turnover again for the Lady Vanguards. Clark De La Cruz with the basketball. Swings it over to Lontok. Back to De La Cruz. Best link moving this ball around. De La Cruz challenging the defense of Arlene Palad. Stolen away by Arlene Palad to Shakena Paraiso. Easy 2 points in transition.
That is the strength of the Lady Vanguards. The run and gun style of Shikaina Paraiso and Arlene Palad, the duo that we mentioned earlier.
Defense of the Lady Vanguards closing in on Lontok. And that's an offensive foul on Lontok after that well-played defense by the duo of Palad and Paraiso. And that is enough to send the Lady Calasags into a timeout. It's 74. It's the BCP on the lead. We'll be right back after this break. And coming back from that timeout, it's a 3-point game here with the Calasags on the lead with 4 minutes gone in this quarter. It's an early steal there off that play by Lontok. She stops and pops for 3. No go on that one. Battle for the boards. And it was Jane Quizon with the last touch. So the ball goes to the Lady Vanguards.
Actually, the Lady Vanguards got lucky on that possession. Lontok, meron siyang open 3 on that possession and no one is there to box out the defenders or for the offensive rebound para dito sa EAC Lady Vanguards.
Paraiso with the basketball. Swings it to Palad. To Eresari on the wing. Erese pleading for the leather. And another careless pass here for Eresari. 10 seconds to shoot for the Lady Vanguards.
You know, Justin, for the ladies who's playing right now, that's one thing that they need to work on. Their passing skills as well. Because most of them having that, soft passes every time that they release that basketball. Kailangan ng konting crispness on those kind of passing para mas secure at mas madala mo yung bola kung saan dapat mapunta.
And that was almost a transition play there. Nakahabol lang yung depensa. Stop. Pop the 3. Short. Another offensive rebound. And it's the same suspect, Coach Daryl. It's Lontok once again underneath.
And great read on Eliza Pascua on that possession. Cushion rather. That's Jane Cushion who got that rebound. ang ganda nung read niya na her teammates will miss that 3-point shot. So nag-backs out kagad siya to secure her man or her opponent rather.
And she makes rather the bonus. And Paraiso and Irizarry will take a breather now on the bench. Bersabal is in this ball game now. Arlene Palad with the basketball. Gives it inside. Oh, nice passing by the Lady Vanguards.
Yeah, we're talking about ball movement, a great execution, and Eac Vanguard on that possession.
De La Cruz looking for an opening. Carino offers the pick. Oh, nice pass by Lontok inside. What a find by Lontok.
Yeah, Lontok had a great read on that possession. Ang ganda rin nung cut nung teammate niya.
Arlene Palad met by the defense. Passes it into the wrong hands once again. Turnovers are piling up for the Lady Vanguards. Lontok dribbling and dicing. A bit of a mismatch when it comes to the size. Gives it to De La Cruz, and that is an obvious traveling.
Yeah, it's a traveling for De La Cruz. Didn't gather the ball and didn't gain the balance on that possession, resulting to a turnover.
And Haley Bautista has checked into this ball game for RS. Palad. Bautista offers the pick. And it seems like Quison will be whistled for that foul.
Look at this 1-2-2 wall defense of the BCP Lady Calasag. It's been effective here in the first period. Kailangan mabasag dito ng Eac yung middle part nitong 1-2-2 ng BCP Calasag.
Palad fires the long bomb. She's capable of that, but she misses this time around. Here comes the Calasags once again. Oh, nice fake right there. And gets that basket para kay Ashley Estrabo. And that is enough for a timeout to be called by the Lady Vanguards with 3 minutes and 28 seconds remaining in our first quarter. We'll be right back. And we're back from that timeout. We'll see what was on the drawing board here for the Lady Vanguards. Pasqua attacking, kick out pass. 3-pointer on the road, no go. Battle for the offensive board, Carino ends up with it. Now Bersabal with the basketball. To Pasqua, looking for an opening. Shot clock winding down. Pasqua kick out, Bautista mid-range J. That is good.
You know, I'm about to say earlier that Gail Bautista is trying to disrupt that 1-2-2 defense of BCP Calasag. Para sa pagpunta niya dun sa paint, talagang binabasag niya yung 1-2-2. That's the right thing to do actually. Good job for Gail on that possession.
Swings it to the other end. 3-pointer, no go. And the ball will swing into the hands of the Lady Vanguards.
But look at this lineup of BCP Lady Calasag. Biglang lumaki naman itong lineup nila nung pinasok nila itong si Nicole Pura.
If Nicole Pura is really playing the guard spot, Coach Darrell, that is a big guard. Pasqua, wide open three. Seems like it was tipped, was caught upstairs.
Yeah, partially blocked on that possession.
8 seconds left on their shot clock.
That's enough time for them to execute their offense.
What a block right there. It seems like it was Nicole Pura once again. The captain, Grace Roca, hands it over to Clark De La Cruz. Roca attacking. Finds Estrabo. Oh, nice pass underneath. And Nicole Pura will deliver.
Nicole Pura, great defense on the other end and wonderful offense on their other end.
Carino now. Hands it over to Bersabal. Back to Carino. Ball is stolen away by the long arms of Nicole Pura. And Clark De La Cruz will finish.
And no one is there to run on the transition defense for the Eac Lady Vanguards.
First double-digit spread of the ball game is now at place, 18-8.
And that is a good run for the Lady Calasag on the first period. Imagine you are up by a double digit here in the first quarter. That means that your team is well prepared entering this ball game.
Pasco misses the first one. Eliza Pascua counts the second. And she's taking a breather here as Paraiso checks in. And seems like Arlene Palad alongside Irisara is checking back in as well. Roca thought about the three. Attacks down the middle. Gives it back out. Three-pointer, no go. Nicole Pura grabs the board. Back to Estrabo. Roca thought about it once again. Attacks it. Shot clock winding down. Can they get a shot off? Carl Rino. No go. Estrabo again with the offensive board.
But I want to give kudos to BCP Calasag or Lady Calasag on doing a wonderful offensive rebounding prowess. Ilang possession yung nakuha ulit nila. Yes, it's a missed shot, but good thing that they have that offensive rebounding skill. They know where will the ball go once their teammate took that shot.
And substitutions here for both sides. Horcajo and Fernandez checks in para dito sa Calasags. And it seems like that is Veronica Lotivio checks in for EAC. 19-9. 10-point spread here with 48 seconds remaining. Eresare with the basketball. Back to Palad. She fires the three, gets it to go.
And that is her strength. That outside shooting for the captain, Arlene Palad. You need to deny her all the time.
De La Cruz, ball is tipped by Palad. Recovered by Pasco. Here comes the running game. Palad slows it down a bit. Finds Irisare. Irisare attacking. Down the middle she goes. Too much power behind that shot. 12 seconds remaining in this quarter. Roca gives it inside. Fernandez is fouled. I guess by Lotivio on that play.
Lotivio was caught hacking the opponent there. It's better to move your feet than to use your hands and getting that or blocking your opponent. Minsan kasi natatempt yung mga players to reach that ball right away, lalo pag nakita nila na malapit lang sa kanila.
Pura thought about the three, swings it. Clark De La Cruz for three. No go. Arlene Palad with the board. Game clock winding down, and it seems like they would let the game clock expire. At the end of the first, it's 19-12. 7-point lead here by the Lady Calasags. We'll be back for the second quarter. And we're back for this ball game. That's almost another steal for the Calasags. Lady Vanguards needs to take care of that basketball. And there goes the steal. Another turnover for the women in red.
You know, the EAC Lady Vanguards is still having some difficulty to score against that 1-2-2 defense of BCP Lady Calasag.
Orakuho was called for the traveling there. Turnover as well for the Lady Calasags. Both teams starting this quarter with a turnover.
A horns play called here by EAC Lady Vanguards.
Berasabal attacking. Almost settled for the mid-range. Kick out to the corner. Lotivio inside. Overcooks that one.
Too strong on that floater for Lotivio.
Bitoy with the basketball. Asking for a pick here. Bitoy attacking down the middle. Goes for the layup. Couldn't convert. Offensive rebound again for the Lady Calasags. They go inside. Down the baseline. Kick out pass to MJ Fernandez. Bitoy needs to get a shot off. Oh, nice drop pass by Bitoy. Founding Nicole Pura downstairs.
Great read for Bitoy on that possession. She understand na triple team na yung nasa harap niya. So that's why nag-drop pass na lang siya to an open teammate.
Palad swings it to Paraiso. Coach Darryl, we haven't seen any shadow of Yap today. Jerlyn Yap.
Later, we're going to ask what happened to Jerlyn Yap.
But that's a three-pointer on target right there for the Lady Vanguards. Down the baseline again. That's their point of attack. Fade away. No go on that post move by Grace Roca. Shakina Paraiso with the basketball. Asking for her captain. Now Arlene Palad with the basketball. Back to Shakina Paraiso. Two-man game here for these two red shirts. No go on that one. Offensive rebound to the Lady Vanguards. Another miss.
Rare off second chance point for EAC Lady Vanguards, but they aren't able to capitalize that.
Bitoy attacking. Kicks out to Horcajo. Sticky defense on her. Bitoy attacking the middle. Tipped by Shakina Paraiso. In transition is Arlene Palad, and she will finish the two.
That's what they need to be back in this game. Run on the transition every after turnover that BCP Lady Calasag commits.
Bitoy looking for an opening. Three-pointer on the way. Roca, no good. Paraiso ends up with it. Palad with the basketball. Back to Paraiso. Two-man basketball again for these two red shirts. Swings it to the corner. She lost control of that basketball. And substitutions here. Lotivio and Bersabal checking out. That's Mikan and Irizarry going in.
With Bicala Ican on the floor now for the EAC Lady Vanguards, it's evident that they're trying to go big here at the second period.
Oh, Lontok finds another opening inside. Fernandez just couldn't convert on that one. 21-17, 6 minutes, 25 seconds remaining in this quarter. Three-pointer, Paraiso, no go. And there's a foul whistled.
Shikina Paraiso haven't gotten her groove going yet on this game. Actually, for the season, Shikina Paraiso is having some challenges in her scoring percentage, only averaging 36% on the field goal percentage. So medyo not on a good side itong percentage nitong ni Shikaina Paraiso for the 31st season.
Bitoy swings it. The danger woman. No go that time around for Lontok. Arlene Palad with the basketball. Dribbling and dicing against Nicole Pura. 3-pointer on the road for Bersabal. Couldn't connect. Irizarry handles the offensive board. Palad gives it to Bersabal. Attacking. Goes for the layup and is fouled.
Bersabal, we know her that she always settle, or most of the time she settles for an outside shot. But on that possession, she decides to drive hard inside. Mas madaming ganun pa sanang galaw yung papakita nitong si Bersabal for her to be on the line much more often.
And Bersabal misses the first one. They have split their free throws so far here for the Vanguards. And splits it again. 21-18 now. 3-point lead. Still for the Lady Calasags. Bitoy with the basketball. Hands it over to the Captain Roca. Inside pass to Lontok. Overcooks that one. Palad looking for an opening. Ican offers the pick. Palad loses her footing. Handoff to Bersabal. Now to Irizarry. Handoff after handoff. Irizarry just couldn't convert. Oh, nice kick out pass to Bersabal. Still couldn't convert. Still with Irizarry.
You love the effort of Irizarry here the second period. Talagang grab siya lang grab ng offensive board despite the size disadvantage na meron siya.
I think that was 3 consecutive boards, Coach Darren.
For a lady standing maybe 5'6" below, I think. That's a big factor actually.
Yeah. Having somebody who is actually a guard or probably a 3-spot hustling and battling for that board, big help.
Misa as a player, if you see your teammates really diving for that loose ball, grabbing those boards despite na meron silang size disadvantage, as a big player or a centerpiece, ikaw din, ma-follow mo rin yung energy na nadadala ng teammate mo.
2 misses there for Pascua. And Roca misses the 3. Offensive board. This time around, it's Bitoy for 3. Still a miss. The Lady Calasags is living and dying by the 3-point line at the moment. Arlene Palad swings it to the left wing to Irizarry. Lovely Irizarry attacking through the defense and off the board.
Yeah. She's having that confidence now. Yun yung sinasabi ko, Justin. If you're really having that energy that you can bring to your team, 1 point na lang yung hinahabol nila dito.
And Bitoy is hammered that time around. 2 free throws coming up para dito kay Trisha Bitoy. And Shakaina Paraiso is checking back in. You know, one thing I noticed about this Lady Vanguards team, no, Coach Darrell, ang bilis nila mag-substitute. It's a fast pace when it comes to the rotation.
It is a double-edged sword if you're going to do that kind of substitution pattern. First, in a good side, you always have a fresh legs. And it can be done if you have a deep lineup or deep bench, yung ganong klaseng substitution pattern. However, your players sometimes will have a difficulty to get their groove going kasi nga hindi nila napapainit yung sarili nila on the playing court. But it really depends on how you know your players.
Paraiso, this is her game. And just like that, the Lady Vanguards have taken the lead after that beautiful run led by Paraiso and Arlene Palad. So there's a timeout on the floor. We'll be right back after this break. And we're back from that timeout with 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first half of play. The Lady Vanguards have stolen the lead away from the Lady Calasags. Coach Daryl, how did that happen?
Actually, they are able to disrupt that 1-2-2 defense of BCP Lady Calasag now. And this lady in front of us, Irizarry, is doing a pretty well job on grabbing those offensive board for the Lady Vanguard. So nagkakaroon sila ng second chance points for their offensive end. And on the defensive end, nag-switch naman sila to a 2-3 zone defense. Malaki talaga yung naibibigay na factor nitong si Micaela Ican on the defensive end, especially in that paint for the EAC Lady Vanguards.
Oh, that's a careless foul right there. So 3 free throws coming up here for Alexis Lontok. It's never good to foul somebody, especially if they're taking a jump shot on the 3-point line.
That is right. It's just challenge it vertically. Kesa naman makafoul ka pa at makapag-commit pa ng 3 free throw shots itong opponent mo. However, Lontok unable to capitalize her chance on the free throw area.
Lontok misses the first 2 free throws. She still got the third and the last one.
But Alexis Lontok is 60% on the free throw area. So one thing that she needs to improve on as well.
She misses all 3 free throws on that one. Shakaina Paraiso with the basketball. Swings it. Corner 3 by Lovely Irizarry. No go. And was rebounded by Alexis Lontok. Irizarry on her. Lontok, eyes forward, eyes peeled. Just couldn't get that one to fall.
Great move but too strong on the finish for Lontok.
Paraiso is fouled. 2 free throws coming up for her.
On that move of Shikaina Paraiso, you know that she will just go for a fishing expedition on that possession. Nowhere to go but to fish for a foul. Smart move for Shikaina Paraiso.
First free throw is missed for Paraiso. Second is good. And Eliza Pascuas checking in. Bitoy now with the basketball. Sends it over to the captain, Roca for 3. No go. Pasco grabs the board. Bersabal with the leather. Swings it to Paraiso. To Micaela Ican. Back to Bersabal. Nice ball movement here by EAC. Just couldn't get that one to go on the 3-point attempt by Shakaina Paraiso.
Shikaina Paraiso, she is a shooter as well, but not that kind of shooter that will take it even though there's a defense in front of her.
What a chase down there by Roca, not giving up on the play.
You love the effort.
Shot clock still long, 20 seconds remaining on that one. Ball was tipped. Ball stays with the Lady Vanguards. 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining in our first half. Bersabal now with the leather. To Irizarry. Back to Bersabal. Short passes are making it for the Lady Vanguards.
A great understanding of that passing of the Lady Vanguards. We mentioned earlier that medyo soft passes yung mga binibitawan nila on the first period or first quarter. But when the second quarter started, short passes and crisp passes na yung ginagawa nila. Much more secured passing. Kasi nadi-disrupt ng BCP Lady Calasag yung passing lane nila on the first period. So great adjustment for the EAC Lady Vanguards.
And that is the 4th straight miss by Lontok on that free throw line. She's 0 of 4. Can she make her 5th free throw? Make that 0 for 5, Coach Darrow. That should hurt them in the long run.
Yep, 5 missed free throw consecutive for Lontok. You know, practicing free throw shooting is really important. Sometimes you need to do that before you start your workout and after your workout. Ito yung final workouts usually ng mga players. Because yung free throw percentage, you can make that higher. It comes with repetition. Talagang pa-practice mo yung repetition, yung shooting form mo on the free throw area.
Bitoy. Nice shot there by Bitoy. Binitin niya yung depensa doon. Off-tempo shot right there.
And not only off tempo, she also absorbed the contact on that end.
Lontok really has that reflex for tipping that basketball, Coach Darrell. That wasn't even a soft pass.
And if you're gonna look at her, she really looks like a hooper.
Palad. Swings it to Pascua. Look at that. BCB is just tipping the basketball left and right. Something that you won't see in the scoreboard, but something that affects the game, Coach Darrell.
Yeah. Yun nga yung sinasabi natin kanina, that soft passing of Eac Lady Vanguards, that they disrupt talaga yung offensive flow nila because of that interception na nagagawa nitong BCP Lady Calasag.
Clarino misses it. Here comes another battle for the ball. Stolen by Paraiso. Here comes Palad. No good on that one. Rather, that was Yeno with the steal. I stand corrected. 20 seconds remaining. Bitoy passes it to nobody. Out of bounds. And the Lady Vanguards would like to talk things over with 17 seconds remaining in this first half of play. It's a deadlock at 23. We'll be right back after this break.
I'm really interested here, Justin. 17 seconds. Paano ba i-execute itong Lady Vanguards yung offense nila here in the dying seconds of the second period?
That's a tough shot by Palad, but the offensive board belongs to Erlin Pascua. And that is how the second quarter ends. 25-23. Lady Vanguards will enjoy a 2-point cushion heading into the third quarter. We'll be right back after this break. And we're back here still inside the home of the Vanguards here in Emilio Aguinaldo College in Dasmariñas, Cavite. 20 minutes of basketball is not enough to separate these two teams for us to tell who would win this ball game. Coach Darryl, why has this game been this close?
This is a seesaw battle, actually, Justin. We are seeing this, like, for the BCP Kalasag, kita natin dito that they started pretty well on the first quarter. They went up, or they held a 10-point advantage actually nung first period natin. However, hindi nila na-hold ng maayos yon, and they are down here by 1 point, but they are up here by 1 point again after that 3-point shot. But nangyayari yun because of the mid-range scoring of Lontok and Quezon. Yung duo na yun, yung nag-upload dito sa BCP Lady Kalasag, and also their second chance points, talagang nagagrab nila yung mga offensive boards at nakakapag-stick back sila on that easy basket. But taking note, meron lang silang 18% free throw shooting. Dalawa pa lang yung nasushoot nila sa free throw area. 2 out of 11. Medyo mababa yun for a collegiate squad. On the other end, for the EAC Lady Vanguards, they are doing well on handling that defensive end. Points from turnovers. Nagbago lahat yung flow ng depensa nila or yung flow ng defense and offense nila nung pumasok itong si Micaela Ican. Yes, we are not seeing any numbers in the rebounding or steal for Micaela Ican, but her presence inside is doing a wonderful job for the EAC Lady Vanguards. And syempre, on the offensive end naman, yung duo nitong si Arlene Palad is doing well for the EAC Lady Vanguards. And yung hustle and rebounding prowess nitong small but terrible na si Lovely Irizarry.
And while you were saying that, Coach Darryl, Danica Clarino has already scored the first blood with the three-pointer, as you said a while ago, pero makababawi na agad dito ang Lady Vanguards. 2 points from in the inside, so the lead goes back to the Lady Vanguards. And what a defense right there by Arlene Palad, just facing it head-on etong pangatawan ni Roca.
Arlene Palad really absorbed the contact on that possession.
Paraiso, down the middle she goes, is fouled.
You know, every time that Shekinah Paraiso sees a slight opening on that defense, talagang she will really drive hard inside.
I guess, Coach Jar, we can really say that Shekinah Paraiso is more of a slasher than a shooter.
Yeah, she is. She knows how to create a points for herself. She will really absorb the contact and try to get that end one opportunity, though we haven't seen one yet on this game.
Shekinah Paraiso misses both free throws that time around. 26-27. 1 point game here. Estrabo attacking. Ball rolls out of the rim, but ball stays with the Lady Calasags. 14 seconds remaining on the shot clock here for the ladies in white. Well, that's a wide open Bitoy right there. And she will make them pay.
And a defensive lapse pays off for EAC Lady Vanguards. Naiwan ng libreng-libre itong si Bitoy on the three-pointer end.
Irizarry swings it to Shekinah Paraiso. Was met by the defense on the baseline. Palad. Nicole Pura on her, not letting an inch of space. Paraiso for 3. No go. Bitoy with the board in transition. Bitoy drops it to Clarino. Couldn't convert.
Medyo nagulat si Clarino that wide open siya on that paint.
Arlene Palad says, let's return some order in this basketball court, and she turned the ball over. Here comes the Lady Calasags again. Bitoy hands it over. Clarino again. That's traveling.
And we've seen that mistake several times in this game. Naaangat ng mga players yung pivot foot nila before they take that dribble. That's why they are being called with a traveling violation.
Bersabal hands it over to Eresare. To the corner. Back to Eresare. Pass was well read and caught. Another turnover for the Lady Vanguards. Roca attacking. Was able to pass it to Bitoy. That was a wide open shot miss there for Bitoy. Eresare, foot race. Loses the leather. Bitoy now thought about a mid-range J. Hands it over back to Nicole Pura. Resets it now with Lontok. To the corner. Shot clock winding down. Turnover again for the Lady Calasags. Both teams trading turnovers. Shakena Paraiso is fouled. 2 free throws coming up for her.
Shikaina Paraiso always loves to go to her right side on trying to finish that basket. Kaya itong si Bitoy, sinusubukan niyang ikat na yung driving lane itong si Shikaina Paraiso going to the right. But our referees caught that clearly. Matatawagan tuloy siya ng personal foul.
And she makes the first one. Cuts the lead to just 1. And deadlock at 29 apiece.
These two teams is evenly matched so far, Justin. So we have a 29-point deadlock.
And Trisha Bitoy checks out. Roca also checks out. And Clarino and De La Cruz checks in for the Lady Calasags. And ball is stolen away. Lontok will survive that double team. Calasag just being able to retrieve that basketball and again and again.
We are seeing here a counter steal after a counter steal after a counter steal.
Bersabal hands it over to Shakina Paraiso. She's showing some signs of fatigue here for Paraiso. That's traveling.
Trying to curve some space, pero matatawagan ng traveling violation itong si Shikaina Paraiso.
And timeout has been requested here by the Lady Calasags with 5 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in our third quarter. We'll be right back after this break. As we return from that timeout, mukhang sinubukang makanakaw play nitong BCP Calasag right after that buzzer. At the post, Nicole Pura gives it to Clark De La Cruz. Jumper on the way, no good. And last touch is on Nicole Pura.
A bit late yung pasa nitong si Nicole Pura on that handoff play na gagawin sana nila. It could have been a great execution but delayed passing yung nangyari for them.
Eresare with the leather. To Bersabal. Finds Eresare again inside. And there's a foul whistle downstairs. It seems like it would be on Lontok once again.
You know, you're gonna if you're gonna look at Erasare, she's a bit vertically challenged, pero she loves playing inside. And she's able to do so dahil dun sa eagerness niya to grab those boards.
What a pass there, finding Erese rather. Now it's a 2-point lead once again for the Lady Vanguards. Clarino with a leather. 3-pointer on the road. Can't find home.
Ito yung sinasabi natin, Justin, that always bringing fresher legs dito sa floor ng BCP Lady Kalasag. But sometimes it's difficult to get your momentum going kung it's always being shaken off.
Bersabal for 3. No go. Rebounded by MJ Fernandez. Clark De La Cruz ang nagtitimon. Hands it over to Clarino. Back to De La Cruz. Ball movement here by Best Link, trying to maximize, finding an open option. Oh, what a save right there. And there's a foul. It's probably on the team captain. Or rather, yeah, it's on the team captain, Grace Roca.
Caught pushing from behind itong si Grace Roca. Hindi niya siya nakatapak sa breaks after that, trying to dive for that loose ball.
Bersabal swings it to Eresare. Eresare attacking against the defense. No good on that one. Great defense by the Calasags. Here comes Clarino. Hands it off to Grace Roca. Loses the dribble. Back to Clarino. Nicole Pura thought about the 3. She settles for the 3. No go. Eresare with the board. Oh, that ball hit off Eresare's foot. Turnover again for the Lady Vanguards.
Great decision for De La Cruz to pull the trigger off and set for a play here. They have enough time to do so.
Grace Roca for 3. No go. Battle for the boards. Ends up in the hands of Carino. Here comes the running game. Eresare attacking Nicole Pura. And seems like she is fouled.
And she got rewarded because of her aggressiveness driving inside. You love the effort of this lady, Eresare.
And substitutions here are being made by the Lady Vanguards. Lotivio is checking in. Palad is also checking in. And alongside Postrado is checking in. And it seems like a warning has been given towards BCP for resentment to a non-call.
And Coach Luis didn't like the call that happened there. Matatawagan tuloy sila ng warning for...
Both free throws are good for lovely Eresare, and that extends their lead to 4. I think that's the biggest lead of Eac Cavite Lady Vanguards in this ball game.
And this is the first time that the Eac Lady Vanguards do that trapping defense.
Quizon misses the wide open layup. Clarino, 3-pointer. No good. Bitoy with the basketball. Settles on the 3, won't fire. Lotivio trying to get the steal, no go. MJ Fernandez battles for the board and jump ball.
And everyone right on the paint, diving for that loose ball, really wants to get the possession for their team.
3.4 seconds left on the shot clock for the Lady Calasags. Bitoy, she needs to fire. Can't get that one to go. Battle for the boards. Who will get it? It's Bitoy once again. A bit of a controlled chaos here, Coach Daryl.
And you love the effort also of the fans of the Eac Lady Vanguard supporting their team. And syempre naman, home turf nila itong dinedefend nila.
And there's a foul on the floor. I think that's a reach-in call on Carino. Shot clock has been reset to 14 seconds. Trisha Bitoy. Attacking is Grace Roca, and she's fouled downstairs by Carino.
And Grace understand that meron siyang height advantage against Carino on that possession. So nag-decide siya to try to bully herself inside.
Shot clock back to 14. Trisha Bitoy again to Grace Roca, mid-range J. No go, and finally offensive board here for EAC, rather defensive board for EAC. And it's a penalty. So Arlene Palades heading to the line for 2.
EAC Lady Vanguards needs to capitalize the penalty situation for the BCP Kalasag, or Lady Kalasag rather. Probably try to drive harder inside, fish for a foul or go for a free throw shots.
As Arlene Palad misses the first one. No, Coach Cheryl, it would be Shakina Paraiso and Arlene Palad that you least expect to miss from the free throw line. But today, they have been splitting their free throws.
You're correct. Actually, Arlene Palad free throw shooting percentage is just 57%. And Shikaina Paraiso is having 58% on the free throw area this season.
And stolen by Arlene Palad, dinaan pa sa reverse.
Despite the, we can say petite structure of Arlene Palad, you can see her really can absorb those kind of contact and still finish her way through inside.
This is where the Lady Vanguards are most dangerous, Coach Daryl, when they are getting this run. The last time they were out here in the NCRAA, it was Jujilin Yap who did damage with those runs. And this time around, who do you expect but the captain herself, Arlene Palad. Bitoy now, trying to find Clarino, finds an opening, goes for the teardrop, short. Clarino gets her own miss, no good. Battle for the boards. Postrado gets it. Eresare now. Here comes the running game. A minute and 12 remaining. Eresare for 3. No go. Estrabo was being hounded by the defense there. Was able to pass it to... What a pass there by Roca.
Great read by Roca. Understood na merong double team sa harap niya. Nung nag-commit yung defender niya, that's when he dished the pass to Bitoy.
4-point game. 45 seconds remaining in this quarter. Eresare gives it to Arlene Palad. Back to Eresare. Eresare finds an opening. No go on that one. Rebounded by Roca. Here comes Clarino. She would take a pause and look for a teammate. Hands it over to her captain. To Trisha Bitoy for 3. Overcooks it. And Lotivio grabs the board. 13 seconds remaining. Palad goes for the layup. No go. Followed by Postrado. Couldn't convert. 5 seconds. Foot race. Bitoy is fouled by Lotivio from behind.
You love the aggressiveness of Lotivio in trying to run back on the transition defense, and however, it's not a smart move to foul on a fast break opportunity because it's also dangerous one, Justin.
The question remains, Coach Darrell, as the story of today's ballgame. Can they sink their free throws? Can Trisha Bitoy sink these 2 free throws?
Talking about the free throw percentage of this team, they are only having 18% on the free throw area, and not a good one for a collegiate squad. So one thing that they need to work on is that free throw shooting. Really good thing Bitoy able to sink one in.
Trisha Bitoy splits it. Hail Mary won't be answered there as the third quarter comes to an end. 35-32, Lady Vanguards on the lead here. Don't go anywhere. 10 minutes of basketball still remains in this ball game. We'll be right back. And the fourth quarter of play has begun. 10 minutes of basketball remains. And as I've always said, Coach Daryl, especially in ball games, this close, this is where legends are made. Oh, what a kick out pass. Arlene Palad for three. No go on that one.
All day to shoot but unable to make that three for Arlene Palad.
Clark De La Cruz gives it to Danica Clarino. Back to De La Cruz. Cuison gives it. Grace Roca jumper. No good. Well, Irizarry attack. Gives it to the corner. I think that's Bersabal. No, that was Ereze rather.
It seems like for two consecutive possession rather, nag-take ng 3-point advantage itong EAC Lady Vanguards.
Oh, that is a wide open three for Danica Clarino. An absolute danger lady, or I should say, Coach Daryl, on that line. That's her third three-pointer for this day.
And we have a deadlock now at 35 all.
Arlene Palad gives it to Carino. Back to Palad. 8 seconds on their shot clock. Pasco, or rather, Ereze offers the pick. Irizarry goes for the sidestep.
You really love the effort of Irizarry in this game. Actually, she is not a known scorer for her team. You will love the effort, but the scoring prowess is just a bonus for Irizarry.
Estrabo gets that one to go amidst the defense.
Yep, using her length to score inside. That is Estrabo for BCP Lady Calasag.
Swings it to Irizarry at the corner. Back outside to her teammate. Inside, Carino almost loses the leather. Ereze can't get the bounce. Arlene Palad recovers. 10 seconds on their shot clock. What would Palad do? Arlene. The scoopy shot won't work there, Coach Daryl.
That is an emergency shot for Arlene Palad because the shot clock is winding down.
Clarino thought about the three, hesitated. De La Cruz gives it. Grace Roca for three. No good on that one. But you know, Coach Daryl, from our POV mula dito, diretsong-diretso yung tira na yun.
Just too strong on that shot for Grace Roca.
Arlene Palad. Hands it to Irizarry. Back to Palad. Takes the three. No good. Parang iisa yung tama ng bola dito, Coach
It
Daryl.
always go over the backboard.
Oh, behind the backboard.
Both ends, no, Justin?
And substitutions are made here. Carino and Arlene Palad takes a breather. Shakina Paraiso checks in. A long slide, Bersabal.
Shikaina Paraiso is on the playing court now to add more on their scoring prowess together with Gaily Bautista to anchor the defense down low.
Clark De La Cruz looking for an opening. Hesitated it twice. De La Cruz can't deliver. Pasqua recovers. Bersabal now. Hands it to Irizarry. Irizarry looking for an open teammate here. Bersabal. Back to Irizarry again. Irizarry gives it out. Shakina Paraiso for three. Ball is tipped. Ends up with Bersabal, and there's a foul on Clark De La Cruz.
Clark De La Cruz trying to gain the possession for BCP Lady Calasag but didn't go into her favor.
Shakina Paraiso with the basketball. Hands it over to Bersabal, who's manning the one spot at the moment. Hands off to Irizarry. Bautista offers the pick. Irizarry down the middle. She goes once again. Just couldn't get this time around.
Almost a 2-point basket for Irizarry. You love the escape, but not the finish.
Estrabo gives it. Grace Roca for 3. That lady really has the green light to take those shots. Just hasn't converted. Trisha Bitoy is wide open. No go.
We are seeing here multiple bodies on the floor. But everyone is getting up for the Lady Vanguards and ready to fight.
Shakina Paraiso, this is her game. Misses that layup. She rarely does. Clarino with the basketball. Long three-pointer. No go. Bautista grabs the board.
You know, these two teams needs to maintain their composure. Yes, we are on the dying minutes here, the fourth period. But you need to be locked in, not too excited. Don't rush things up.
We're officially halfway through our fourth quarter of play now, and it's still a deadlock at 37 apiece. Grace Roca goes for the sidestep. She's fouled that time around. 2 free throws coming up for her, and then the question remains, can they sink these free throws?
That's one question that will be answered in a few seconds or in a few minutes though. But you love the effort of Grace there. We are seeing multiple misses both ends, and if that happens, you need to go inside. You'll have a better percentage if you will take it inside.
And Roca misses the first one, but it's notable here, Coach Darrell, that Nicole Roca has entered this ball game, adding size again to the lineup of BCP Lady Calasag. And Roca misses both free throws. 0 of 2 once again, Coach Darrell, from the charity.
Looking at it, isa pa lang yung nako-convert nitong si Grace Roca on the free throw area, and the whole squad is just having 20% on the free throw area.
That should hurt.
Especially in this kind of close ball game. Sabi nga natin, if it's a close ball game, a lot of times free throw yung nagdidikta kung sino ang panalo at talo sa isang laro.
Arlene Palad. Bersabal pleading for the leather, and that is why she's pleading for the leather, Coach Darrell. She's feeling it. 40-37, a timeout on the floor requested by the Lady Calasags with 4 minutes, 18 seconds remaining. We'll be back after this. And it seems like it was a miscommunication, actually. We're back here, still inside the home of the Vanguards. There was no timeout on the floor. But that three-pointer, nevertheless, has been big for the Lady Vanguards. Nicole Pura to answer back. Can't get that one to go. And it seems like Bautista will be whistled for that foul.
Caught pushing or waving off Estrabo. Luckier Estrabo on that possession. Masyado lang napalakas yung box out nitong si Bautista.
Bitoy looking to break out. Oh, why is she wide open? That is a lucky miss there.
A lucky miss if you're rooting for Eac Vanguards.
Exactly, Coach. That is a bullet dodge right there. Clarino has been the danger lady from beyond the arc.
And meron siya green light to shoot actually.
Exactly.
You'll see that her teammates is really looking for her in a kick-out pass, and she's always ready to shoot. Hindi lang talaga nagmamaterialize yung play nila na yon so far in this game. And look at this missed free throws for the BCP Lady Calasag. Good thing Lontok able to make one here.
Lontok, Coach Darrell, is 1 of 7. That's her first make on the line. Paraiso hands it over to Bersabal. Now the defense is thinking twice about leaving Bersabal open outside. Shakina Paraiso misses that one. Battle for the ball. Who ends up with it? It's her. Paraiso is foul and one. Ayun na yung hinahanap mo, Coach Daryl.
And you'll see her laser focus that she always want to drive hard inside. And a technical foul called against Coach Luis Bonilla. Not a good time for you to commit a technical foul. This will give the EAC Lady Vanguards the momentum on their side.
I think the bench of BCP Calasag taunted etong si Paraiso after that shot, and very smart from Shakina Paraiso na hindi na pinatulan. Just walked away from the scenario and they get the best out of it.
As I mentioned, laser focus on the game itong si Shakina Paraiso, especially here in the fourth period. So great thing to maintain your composure. Don't deal with those kind of shenanigans if you are the key player of your squad.
Technical free throw is missed, but the bonus is good. And they couldn't control the basketball on that one for the Calasags. And there goes the timeout. Surely this time around, a timeout was requested by the Lady Calasags. We'll be right back after this break.
Dito sir, init no? Lalo mamaya.
And we're back here after that timeout. Coach Jared, you know what? That's one thing I've heard habang naglalakad pabalik etong Lady Vanguards into this basketball coming from that timeout. It was Hailey Bautista looking at Arlene Palad and she was saying, tira mo ah, tira mo. That is the trust that you want to get from your teammates.
That is the confidence also of your teammates to, for you to take a shot. And we know the captain ball, Arlene Palad, talagang green light to shoot to, especially from the rainbow arc.
Oh, and technical foul comes back around full circle here for Shakina Paraiso.
We mentioned earlier that she needs to maintain her laser focus on the game because there's an important game for them. And kita natin on the sideline, she is being mentored by Coach Teresa Magno. Siyempre, tuturuan itong si Coach Teresa, itong si Shakina on those kind of mistakes that she commits. And it's a learning process also.
And Bitoy misses the first one, makes the second. 2 out of 3 on the charity strike for Trisha Bitoy. 2 minutes 55 seconds. Arlene Palad met by the defense, almost turned the ball over. Pasco was able to recover. 10 seconds on the shot clock. They find Bersabal. No good. Offensive rebound. Still can't get it to go. Here comes Trisha Bitoy in transition. Gives it to Nicole Pura, but the pass was too long. Turnover for the Lady Calasags.
Too strong on the pass of Bitoy, and Pura is not ready to catch that advanced pass made by Bitoy.
Irizarry finds an open Bersabal, tipped by Trisha Bitoy. She just couldn't stop herself from getting involved.
A real hooper indeed, Trisha Bitoy, reading the passing lane and scoring easy on the other end.
And timeout here requested by the Lady Vanguards as a run is being accumulated by the Lady Calasags. We'll be right back after this break. It's 43-42 here. A tightly contested ball game in the home of the Lady Vanguards. They're still up by 1 though, as we are just 6 seconds away from my favorite line from our brother Anthony Fajardo. And BCP Lady Calasags have stolen the lead.
And switch of momentum here. BCP is on top by 1 after that basket of Bitoy.
And just like clockwork, look who's on the table about to substitute in. That's Arlene Palad and Shakina Paraiso.
A well-deserved breather was given to them. And it's
Trisha Bitoy has 5 fouls, Coach Daryl, and she has to sit on the bench for the rest of this ballgame. That's a big loss here for Best Link.
and someone needs to step up for them, like Grace and Nicole for the BCP. Lady Calasag, big shoe to fill. Ang iiwan itong si Bitoy for their squad.
Palad attacking, gives it to Paraiso. Baseline she goes, teardrop, short. Estrabo is fouled, and they are on the penalty, so 2 free throws coming up here.
And dito na, Justin, masusubukan yung free throw shooting ng BCP Calasag. Yes, they are just having a 20% free throw shooting this game, pero itong mga dying seconds, dito na malalaman kung sino ang may mas composure and konting swerte na rin on the free throw area.
And Ashley Estrabo misses the first one. But she splits and makes the second. 45-43. A minute and 26 seconds remaining in this ball game. Can the Lady Vanguards defend their home court?
This is still an anybody's ball game, Justin.
Palad gives it. Paraiso for 3. No. Rebounded by De La Cruz, and Lubina will get that foul.
That's an ill-advised foul, Justin. They are already in the penalty situation, and there's still enough time on the clock. No need to do a foul game on that situation. Though the thing here is, BCP is not having a good time on the free throw area. That's one good thing here for the Eac Lady Vanguards.
But it seems like De La Cruz is not having a hard time on that free throw. She makes the first one. Counts the second as well. 2-possession ball game.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's the first 100% on the line for the BCP Calasag.
How will Arlene Palad play this through? Paraiso. Back to Palad. Pick offered by Lotivio. Palad for 3. No. Battle for the boards. Ball was stolen away by Eresare. 40 seconds. Eresare. Palad will take the shot. Goes for the 3. Gets it to go by Arlene Palad.
And now they need to just do a stop. The ball will go back to them kahit anong mangyari. Enough time pa to for them to execute.
And that's a foul on Shakina Paraiso. That means that's also her 5th. Uupo na rin dito si Shakina Paraiso, Coach Daryl.
What I'm trying to say earlier is no need to foul, especially Shakina Paraiso. She is one of the key piece here for the Eac Lady Vanguards, and a big blow for them kung mawawala itong si Shakina Paraiso.
Dagdag pa dyan, Coach Daryl, etong si Clark De La Cruz has been the best free throw shooter for the Lady Calasags. Nabati ko ata. Ayun na naman yung sumpa ng commentary table. First shot missed for Clark De La Cruz.
That's why I kept quiet, Justin, talking about the numbers in the free throw area.
And she makes the second. It's a 2-point game with 27 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter of play. Huwag po kayong aalis. Magbabalik ang 31st edition ng NCRAA. It all boils down to the final play on the drawing board, Coach Daryl. 48-46. Lady Calasags up by 2 with 27 seconds remaining. What is for the Lady Vanguards in this play?
They still have enough time in here to score a basket. No need to hurry. But that is not a wise foul for Nicole Pura. Fouling a three-point shooter, that will give an edge to the EAC Lady Vanguards to grab the lead here on the free throw shooting. Ito yung sinasabi natin na nagdidikta nga ng laro, yung free throw shooting.
The problem is Arlene Palad has struggled from the line today. But she makes the first one. 2 more to go. It's either she ties this ball game up or she takes the lead. Can't make the second. Can she tie the ball game?
Pressure is on her shoulder now.
It's the burden of the captain, Coach Daryl. Arlene Palad makes the second. Deadlock at 48 apiece with 22.2 seconds remaining. A timeout has been requested by the Lady Calasags.
And Justin, looking at this timeout now for Coach Louis Bonitia, syempre gusto niya na makapag-convert kagad sila on this possession, securing the 2-point. Don't need to take that outside shooting. Don't need to force it because it's just a deadlock. Probably they're gonna go to Lontok or Pura to get that size advantage against their defender. However, ito namang EAC Lady Vanguards, I think Coach Teresa Magno and Coach MJ Montes will field in here yung defensive lineup nila. They're gonna leave Arlene Palad inside para ma-pressure yung ball handler. But a player like Lotvio, even Iresare is also needed inside for that defensive prowess.
With 22.2 seconds remaining in this ball game, looks like the Lady Calasags are choosing to inbound the basketball on the half-court line. They have 14 seconds on the shot clock. Or rather, they turned off the shot clock, so it seems like they would start from the baseline. We will see how the EAC would defend and react in this play.
Because Justin, I think what Coach Louis Bontia wants to do right here is magsettle sa final shot on this quarter. Or in this game, rather.
Clark De La Cruz hounded by the defense. Can she make it through? Lontok finds the open. Estraba to take the lead.
That is a defensive lapse on the end of EAC Lady Vanguards. Left Estrabo open right on the transition offense. Yun naman yung nagiging curse ng full court pressure. Kapag ka nagkaroon ng isang defensive lapse, magkakaroon ng open on the transition end.
And that was a big miscommunication on the defense. I think Estrabo was supposed to be Pascua's guy on that play, pero mukhang naipit siya sa half-court, Coach Daniel, trying to defend somebody else.
Mm-hmm. And the EAC Lady Vanguards needs to focus on the game. Nangyari na yung defensive lapse on the previous possession. So they need to move forward and set a play right away and make sure na mapupunta yung bola sa kamay ng mga key players nila. At this moment, since that they don't have Shikaina Paraiso, which is a big blow for them, we're gonna look for Arlene Palad and Iris Are as well, who's playing well on this game.
And the tables has been flipped at the moment, completely on the side of the BCP Calasag. Both teams talking things through.
Justin, it's also crucial for the end of the BCP Calasag because kanina naka-foul sila ng 3-point shooter.
Exactly.
They need to be much more smarter here in playing defense for them to get this W. Nothing is secured here. Yes, they are up by 2 points, but EAC Lady Vanguards, this is their home turf. They really want to grab the victory here in their home court.
both teams on the penalty. 2-point cushion for the Lady Calasags. 13 seconds remaining in this ball game. Will there be a dagger? Eresare attacking. Passes it to nobody.
The ball went to the right hands, Eresare, and trying to give it to their main player, Arlene Palad, but resulting to a miscommunication.
6.1 seconds. They should probably foul here considering the poor free throw shooting. They need to foul. It looks like they will just let this run through.
I'm just wondering why the EAC Lady Vanguards didn't foul on that final possession and gives the BCP Kalasag a W today.
And with a score of 50-48, the BCP Lady Kalasag escapes the Lady Vanguards by the skin of their teeth in the home of the Lady Vanguards here in Dasmariñas, Cavite. And we'll proceed now to the singing of the school hymns. And when we return, it is with Coach Daryl Lalulod and the best player of the game on the floor. Don't go anywhere. Magbabalik po ang 31st season ng NCRAA.
Palagi ko si Bitoy pa rin to. sa best player. Nasa na? Galing. Grabe yung ano. So we are back here at EAC Vanguard's Gymnasium. I'm here with our best player of the game and our winner for our first game, Ashley Estrabo. Ashley, it's a great win for you and your squad. You started pretty well. Ano naman yung pakiramdam nyo na nanalo kayo ngayon dito sa against the home squad EAC Lady Vanguards?
Siyempre po, sobrang saya po namin kasi po, kahit wala po dito si Coach Jerich, nanalo po kami. Ano po.
And on that final basket that you made, yung outlet pass na nabigay sa'yo, is it really a design play o talagang composure nyo lang as a squad na na-convert nyo yung crucial basket na yun?
Ano po talaga yun, game plan po talaga namin na kapag na double po dito, pupunta na po ako doon sa may ilalim.
And it's a very well set played for you and your squad, and this is your chance to greet lahat ng sumusuporta, lahat ng BCP community na nanonood sa atin ngayon.
Shoutout po sa Besting College of the Philippines, kay Doc Maria M. Vicente, kay Engineer Donnie, kay Doc Cha. Sa Paris, please po sa mga sponsor namin, Shield Sportswear, Boss 12, Lord Master, Boss Anten Hernandez, Omerta Family. Siyempre po sa mga coaches namin, Coach Jerich, Coach Bowie, Coach Gab, Coach Kim, BCP teachers, prof, staff, especially po kay Doc Ryan sa suporta sa BCP. Siyempre po, shoutout din po sa mga prof namin, kay Sir June, kay Ma'am Chris, sa Cream Department po. Shoutout din po sa mga magulang ko, kay Mama at Papa na sa Cavite. Siyempre, shoutout din po kay Potpot.
And that is our best player of the game for today, Ashley Estrabo. Stay tuned, guys. We're going to have our junior games up next.